You might think the idea of a Japanese vehicle perfectly nailing the decades-old Grand Tourer brief is completely fanciful. However, the 2017 Lexus LC500 is aiming to do just that. It's not the first time Lexus has focused its considerable engineering and manufacturing prowess in the direction of the traditional Euro base. Either think back to the late 1980s, early 1990s and the SC400 or Toyota Tourer. History aside, a proper Grand Tourer GT for short, obviously sadly isn't a four-door Aussie sedan with an uncultured lump of Detroit or Canadian iron under the bonnet and a win at Bathurst to solidify an otherwise taxi-spec SHTTER as a touring car racing legend. And before you start firing off offensive responses in the comments section below, my parents had an XW GT Ho phase II when I was growing up. It was a SHTTER. No, a proper GT has 2 doors, 4 seats, is RWD and has a ballistic engine up front under a long snout. A proper GT is the type of car you can imagine firing onto an Autobahn on-ramp, pointing towards the horizon, and then nailing the throttle with intent. With luggage for 2 in the rump and your better half in the passenger seat. Romantic, isn't it? Which brings us to the Lexus LC500. Think of marques like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Maserati and even Ferrari and Lamborghini. All have plied their trade in the GT space, with Ferrari's latest effort, the 812 Superfast, currently garnering rave reviews. There's real emphasis on the grand part of the Grand Tourer moniker too: grand styling, grand proportions, grand interiors, grand comfort, and grandability. The GT should be the Swiss Army knife of superb fast road cars. Why? Largely because the average buyer of this style of vehicle will have had or still has a taste of genuine speed and performance ability via other capable sports cars. Just because you need something usable for a weekend away with the better half and none of the compromises of supercars, doesn't mean you should have to sacrifice a white-knuckle banzai run across continents, does it? The LC's exterior styling will polarize, but that's par for the course for Lexus. Outside of supercars though, I've never seen so many admiring glances, photos being taken and had as many positive comments fired my direction as I did with the LC500 during my week motoring around town. It looks like you've driven in from the future. That was a personal favorite. Regardless of whether you like the styling or not though, we need to acknowledge the coherence of Lexus design across wildly different platforms. There's no escaping the Lexus design language, to use an insufferable corporate term.